Hi guys, welcome to my platform. My name is Dr. Larissa Assam and I am a board certified family medicine physician. In addition to that, I am the proud and really I would say privileged owner of a concierge medicine practice called RopheMD. I've decided that I want to take you guys along the journey and talk to you about how RopheMD came to be and talk to you about some of the things that we are doing. But in order for me to talk to you about what is to come, I believe that I have to first start with talking to you about how RopheMD even came to be. Today in particular, I want to talk to you about why I decided to become a concierge medicine doctor. And this actually really made me reflect and just think back on my life. As young as 7 years, I was 7 years old when I decided that I wanted to become a medical doctor. I was born and raised in Cameroon, which is a little country in West Africa, Central Africa, just depending on who you ask. But my father, who is also a doctor, was involved in a really bad car accident. Now, this was over 20 years ago, and you can imagine that at the time, the healthcare infrastructure just wasn't very robust. So seeing what happened to my dad, he needed to be medically evacuated, didn't get to see him for at least 4 months, but thankfully he survived. It just opened my eyes at a very young age to the inadequacies which were present in the healthcare system. I had seen my dad working across 3 hospitals. He was so committed to medicine, still is. And I just decided, I always knew I wanted to do something to help people. And for me, this was exactly how I wanted to do it. And so at 7 years of age, I made this decision. Now, along the way, I went through high school, college, actually moved to the US for college, and then stayed on, went to medical school afterwards in New York, did a master's of public health, did my residency in family medicine, and then started my private practice, right? Which is what you're seeing today. And so when I was deciding what I wanted to do after my training and even what type of practice I would ever want to have, I didn't expect to start my practice so early, but here we are. I always try to stay true to myself. I always try to go back in time and think, okay, when I was first deciding that I wanted to be a doctor, what type of doctor did I envision myself being? And how could I make that happen? Now, I always wanted to be the kind of doctor that I would want to go to. And so for me, that looks like sitting down with myself and really thinking, what are some things that I think are really, really, really important to have in a doctor or in a doctor-patient relationship? And for me, one of the most important things was access. I want my patients to be able to have access to me. I want them to be able to ask me their questions. You know, when you translate the word doctor, I believe into the Latin language, it actually translates as teacher. And so I really do see it as my responsibility to educate my patients. I love it when they come in with questions that they've written down for appointments. To me, it just shows that they're very invested in their healthcare. I understand that, you know, for some people, they've found that they've been looked poorly upon for asking questions, but I really do welcome that. We welcome that at RopheMD. So if that is something that you're interested in, by all means, come on board, ask all of your questions. The second thing I thought about was personalization. You know, I really do believe that every single person is an individual, and what works for one person may not work all the way for another person. Now, there are some protocols and some programs that I've designed here at RopheMD, but at the end of the day, I'm very big on making sure that everyone's healthcare, everyone's care, everyone's recommendations are personalized to fit what works for them. Especially with the patient population that I have in concierge medicine. A lot of my patients or my clients, I should say, are very busy. They are traveling, they are serving humanity, whether that's in government, in sports, as athletes, whether they're serving their families, on top of all else that they have going on, whether they're physicians, right, who are spending every day taking care of everyone else. I wanted to think, how can I personalize their healthcare to make sure that whatever is important to them is translated and incorporated into whatever recommendations I would make for them. So I would say the second thing is personalization. The next thing is, frankly, my experience. So for me, growing up in Cameroon, I saw what the doctor-patient relationship was like. It looks like you would see your doctor at events, you would see your doctor at the grocery store. And when I started family medicine, that I just loved it. I really do love the fact that you're incorporated into the community. And the amazing thing is, in today's day and age, that can look like the virtual community. So a lot of my patients follow me on social media. That's a great way for me to be able to just educate them on different health topics. We tend to have a different theme every month, but I really do love the sense of community that comes with family medicine. And with concierge medicine, I always wanted my patients to have that experience, that they're part of this exclusive, luxurious community of people who are just deeply invested into their health, but equally are creating tremendous impact in the world, whatever that looks like for them, right? Whether that's in their families, in government, in the religious space, maybe as pastors, in business, taking care of a lot of entrepreneurs. And so with the unique demands that come with that, I love the idea of being able to provide great access for them. Sometimes they need an appointment on the same day. Sometimes they need an appointment on the next day. And so these are all of the things that I started to think about as I was wrapping up my training and deciding, well, what kind of doctor do I want to be? Do I want to see patients every 15 minutes? I'm good at it, but is that what I want? Is that why I feel I'm called into medicine? And that's the thing. For me, medicine is a calling. It's not just deciding I want a paycheck, I want to make $1. It's never really been about that for me. It's about saying, how can I impact the lives of every single client who I'm serving? How can I impact the families that I'm taking care of every single day? I'm always researching. I'm very big on research. I'm a researcher by trade. I'm a scientist, right? And so I'm always trying to find the latest evidence, trying to learn, read research papers so I can stay up to date. So I'm providing the latest guidance for my patients. So these are some of the reasons that when I took into consideration, concierge medicine just made sense. I really do have a heart for those who are keen on serving others through their businesses, through churches, through their families, what have you, through the government, through diplomacy, world affairs, all of these different things, through art, entertainment, sports. So who is taking care of the people who are taking care of everyone else? That is something that I always say. Who is taking care of those who are taking care of everyone else? And so here we have RopheMD. It is a concierge medicine practice, and I hope this video showed you some of the reasons why I decided to do concierge medicine and why we have adopted this model of care at RopheMD. For a set monthly fee, you are part of our community. We partner in your health together for the long run. And so the idea is we go through life together. We go through all the things. Sometimes I have patients who call me just because they want some life advice. Not necessarily anything going on with their medical stuff, because that's taken care of. But that is the kind of relationship building that I always envisioned and dreamed of when I wanted to become a doctor. And so I see myself living out my wildest dreams. And so if you feel like, as you're listening to this is something that you've been looking for, something that you want in a relationship with your doctor, as you pursue your health goals for the year, then I want you to reach out. I want you to reach out so that we can set a time, schedule a consultation, and we can go from there. All right.